two sons of bitches are going to college.
Okay, welcome back to 22 Jump Street from 2014 as a to watch an online college lecture and suppose and play with their guns and now end up here as Schmidt spots a ghost there, trafficker of illegal goods in Mexico City. And Schmidt has got an idea since drama class in high school helped him a lot.
Shit. Yo, Sleepy, what's up, homie? You know my cousin, Sad Boy. I think you got the wrong...
And they just fake it for now, giving Dora the Explorer references, and here comes back the ghost, played by Peter Stormare, and hands Schmidt a knife to check out the goods. And a squid comes out of there, and their accents have disappeared. And they've been caught in a truck full of animals, which is the illegal goods being moved. And it moves and blows up their car, and have made it at the top of the truck.
Oh, shit!
And Jenko has made it to the windshield and grabs the ghost's collar. And back to headquarters with Ron Swanson again and sees the big squid cut on his neck. And he tells the two that Jump Street has been reinvested and they have brought that program back since they suck at being normal cops. And Jenko responds they don't want to go back to Jump Street. And Jump Street has been reconstructed and looks like the future.
Dixon's office. Looks like a giant cube of ice.
How you bitches like Jump Street now?
Hey.
And now it's called 22 Jump Street and have a Vietnamese Jesus. And the nerds are back who are now interns. And they've been reassigned the same identities, Brad and Doug McQuaid from the last movie, and are now going to college and sees the word Wi-Fi, W-H-Y-P-H-Y, which is the name of the new drug being distributed at MC State University. And inside is a girl who got killed by taking Wi-Fi, and the same game plan is applied. Infiltrate the dealer, find the supplier. And I've made it to MC State and go into their dorm, and now meet these twins.
Oh, shit. Oh, Joe, that looks like cum. It's cum, okay. All right. Already got cum on the mattress, dog.
And the twins point out that Schmidt looks very old and they don't believe that these two are brothers. And the twins start jinxing the Yang twins and doesn't work out well for Jenko and Schmidt. And now back to bathroom hygiene. Schmidt owes Jenko for that bullet from the first movie and gotta go. And now they gotta go to their classes, the same class assigned to Cynthia Watson, the girl who got killed from the Wi-Fi drug overdose. And now in psychology class with a Tracy Morgan impression and Schmidt asking for some WHYPHY, which stands for work hard, play hard.
You looking for some Wi-Fi? Yeah, man, that'd be sick. Go to the police station, walk in and ask your captain to see the evidence room because you're a fucking narc.
And now in governance class, as we see Patton Oswalt as the professor as he teaches about drugs. And too many questions being asked to Jenko, and finally asks the question the professor has been wanting to hear. And that's the end of that class. Now to open mic night. And he allowed some sentence finishers and Schmidt talking to the girl from psychology class as he asks her about Cynthia Watson making up he's writing a poem about her death. And the girl wants Schmidt to show off his poetry skills, or Doug McQuaid.
Cynthia, Jesus died for our Cynthias. Jesus Christ.
And Jenko can't admit that was good for someone that's inexperienced, and that's the end of the classes. And Jenko says that they can get Wi-Fi anywhere on campus anytime. And they need the help of the expert as the Yang twins help them remember somebody that was shot in the dick with the drug problem. And it's Mr. Walters in prison who can help them out as he shares his cell with Eric Molson.
You guys want to see it? No, it's fine. All right. Eric's seen it. Eric's been all up in that shit.
And forcing Eric to use Walter's vagina and now need help on this drug dealer who sells Wi-Fi. And Walter sees the picture and watches the reflection of the tattoo of the dealer. And the two now go see a tattoo artist, and he responds that he did the tattoo on a football player at MC State and has a red mohawk. Yep, the same guy from governance class. And at football practice, the mohawk guy shoves these guys like dominoes as this guy drops a sandwich, and both try to pick it up at the same time. And his name is Zook, played by Wyatt Russell. And it's football practice time as the red mohawk guy shoves into Jenko.
I'm alright. Want to take that sleeve off?
I'm good.
And Zook invites Jenko to a party later, but he sees Schmidt is his brother and he can come too. Now getting ready for that party, Jenko tells Schmidt that Zook only invited him. And they go to the party showing off their pukas, and the red mohawk guy shows up and his name is Rooster. And Jenko tells Schmidt to go have a look at Rooster, and so he does, and see the two are losing their friends. and asks him if he's got any body art.
It was so nice chatting with you.
Nice to meet you. Fuck,
Yo,
bro.
what the fuck are you doing, dude?
Serious right now?
You're being weird.
And Jenko and Zook climb up to the roof, and Jenko wants Schmidt to come up too, but he leaves and sees his psych classmate talking about being unemployed later on. And he asks her about the 2 eggs in front of them, an artist summary about him, and Schmidt acting awkward.
Tonight we are gonna go hang out at the art building if you wanna come.
Okay.
And both Jenko and Schmidt are having their own version of fun and see Cynthia's room. And these three on the football field as Rooster now takes his shirt off, and the tattoo doesn't match the one seen in the picture on Rooster, so he's not it. Rooster's not the guy from the picture of the tattoo. And Zook over here pictures Jenko here being part of the football team at MC State, and now for the moment.
It's me, Zook. Got a fucking bazooka for an arm. You know what I mean?
And Schmidt wakes up the next morning, and the roommate sees him and makes a judgment.
And then you wake up in bed next to a 40-year-old freshman.
I'm 19, so
19 minutes late to Pinochle?
Everyone thinks Schmidt and Janko are 40 years old here. Wow. And he's got to go as he heads back to 22 Jump Street headquarters, and Captain Dixon spots the same problem. They didn't infiltrate the dealers. And Janko not admitting who really is the dealer with the tattoo from the picture, and Schmidt got laid and daps up Dixon. And back in the room speaking about human sexuality class, and Janko finally admitting that the tattoo from the picture is on Zook, and yell at each other. And here comes the Yang twins coming in, and they point out the shocking part.
Who sold you Wi-Fi? Nobody sold it to us. Then Cynthia gave us a buttload, and in exchange...
So the Yang twins were given Wi-Fi from Cynthia Watson, and now the overfocus part has taken over them, so they're too focused. And the two are spying around and see Zook has a meeting going on and race up to the roof. And Janko tries to cut the glass with the laser pointer. And Janko is way too focused and drills way too many holes to put in more cameras than they need. And this meeting they're watching is all about recruiting new Wi-Fi dealers. And Brad McQuaid is in and not Doug McQuaid. And Schmidt throws a mannequin on the floor and Zook has been alerted. And Zook goes up to see the two have escaped. And as these guys are still too focused getting back to res. So, kidnapped by Zook and Rooster and Schmidt and Janko are both in their own versions of fantasy lands from drug overdose. And they're in the trunk as Zook now yells and two have passed the initiation. And they're in the club now for Wi-Fi, or a fraternity. And they just do more alcohol initiation tests, typical millennial behavior. And now for pigs, and Schmidt runs out and Janko wants to stay since it's fun to him.
Now it'll be an open thing.
you want an open investigation.
I don't know if that's what I want.
Oh man. And Schmidt makes it back to campus and makes it to the football game. And Jenko is doing well, and now the game is over. And Schmidt also watching Zook and Jenko working out. Doesn't sound like it.
There's a sign by the door. Don't come in. Fuck yeah. I'm having sex with a human woman. Oh God. Fuck.
And Schmidt's parents are here for Parents Weekend, and he tells him he's undercover. And sees a girl again, Maya, played by Amber Stevens West. And this is just so awkward. And Captain Dixon is Maya's dad, and he just can't stop looking at Doug McQuaid. And Queen Latifah is Maya's mother here. And Dixon cannot handle this as he aggressively grabs and destroys the food. Meanwhile, Jenko grabbing the Wi-Fi drug from Zook's bag. And they work out together, and he's got something to say. And they got to make a tape together for football. And back with Maya and Schmidt, hating on Dixon as he now sends many messages to Doug here. And they talk to each other to keep Dixon off their minds. And Jenko and Zook have finished their football tape and jinxing again, and these two were speaking to each other all night, and Maya has got to get to class.
Leah's jealous because Maya and I have a real connection.
I'm pretty close with my grandpa, too.
So Maya's roommate still thinks Doug here is 40 years old, and she tells him Cynthia went to the campus shrink often and was given a lot of pills there. So Schmidt checks it out and comes out Jenko and breaks into Dr. Murphy's office and finds Cynthia's medical summary and walks in the same psychology professor we saw before, and he's a campus shrink played by Mark Evan Johnson, or Dr. Murphy. And these two pretend to be partners since Dr. Murphy suspects that and just play along, and they hold hands, Schmidt knows Zook is a guy since he knew Cynthia. And Schmidt remembers the word embedded that Dr. Murphy just mentioned, tells him to get out, and reverts to thinking that Cynthia could have been the dealer instead of Zook from the picture. And back at Captain Dixon's office with Schmidt putting on a bulletproof vest, since Dixon has a gun with him.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
And Jenko broadcasts it to the rest of the 22 Jump Street office that Schmidt Captain Dixon's daughter Maya. And he could have mentioned Maya goes to MC State beforehand. And so he tases Schmidt in the nuts, hence why he's got the big ice pack on his crotch. And Dixon says that Cynthia never was a dealer for Wi-Fi. And there's no more money left in the police budget as they go off to check Cynthia. And so they go off to check Cynthia's room and find a book, and some of the pages were cut out to store the Wi-Fi drug and send them off to the library. And calls back Zook to make sure that Brad doesn't forget about the football game, and Schmidt will check out the library himself. And goes into the library and sees a ghost, the same dealer from before. And he keeps texting Jenko to hurry up, and he makes an excuse that he's got to piss to Zook. And Jenko has made it to the library, and Schmidt, whispering loudly, has alerted the ghost.
You're interrupting a really stellar blue job. Oh, fuck, this game's so hard.
And the bald guy here calls him fat, and Jenko headbutts the bald guy. And they escape since the ghost and his guys have guns, and pretty much destroy the whole campus as the chase continues. So Jenko tells Schmidt that he's got a football scholarship here for next year and wants to room with Zook. And they have made it to the football field and let the car crash to the opposing side's net, and MC State have won by default. And Schmidt's going home, and Maya knows he works for her dad, Captain Dixon. And Brad McQuaid is having a great time with Zook. And Schmidt, dining alone at this restaurant, sees on TV the psychology professor was arrested, Dr. Murphy, for having Wi-Fi residue since he had a close relationship with Cynthia Watson. And continue with both their lives, such as Schmidt going to the deputy chief about the Wi-Fi case, reopening it, and Jenko already getting bored with Zook. So moving on, Schmidt mentions a ghost pays the tuition for a student that goes to MC State and could be the dad of that student, and tells Schmidt that a big shipment of Wi-Fi is on its way, thinking that the two can go down together to Mexico. And I've made it here and get ready to go find that big shipment of Wi-Fi, and they already see some of it being sold, and it's Maya Dixon's roommate who kept on calling Schmidt an old man.
Why don't you sell those old classic drugs from the 90s, like cocaine, heroin?
Those are like...
And her name is Mercedes. And we even see Maya dancing there. And the ghost being there with Maya's roommate, instructing to sell more Wi-Fi to all these students on spring break. And of course, the Yang twins are part of that distribution of Wi-Fi. And yeah, she's the ghost's daughter, Mercedes, and break-in Jenko and Schmidt. So she's the, so now you know why she was calling him old on purpose. And takes out the tracking device, now comes in backup, and shooting starts. And the ghost escapes with Wi-Fi. And he sees Maya and gets shot in the foot by the ghost's daughter and drives off, so they got split up, as Schmidt takes a Lamborghini. As Jenko chases down the ghost through the crowd here, and Schmidt goes after his daughter, and she starts hitting him. And back to punching between the two Jump Street cops, and even Jenko getting thrown up on, and back to more fighting, and have made it here with Captain Dixon.
Wait! Now, Maya!
What?
Shit! You have the right!
And Dixon says to go check on the ghost on the roof and meets up with Jenko and sees the same bald guy. And Schmidt thinks this is the perfect time to return the favor by taking the bullet, which I forgot to mention in my last video. So Jenko tackles the guard and grabs a hold of the ghost helicopter, and Schmidt also gets a hold of it and holds onto Jenko. And grabs a grenade from his pants and blows up the ghost and all the Wi-Fi drugs. So they both hug and make up, and they'll be cops together again. Even Zook realizes that too. And back to life as Dixon is back.
For your next mission, you two sons of bitches are going to medical school.
Once again, directed by Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, instead of making countless Jump Street movies past this one, we got these mini sequels from 23 to 44 Jump Streets, which could have been movies, but not that exciting to make. So with video games and comics books based off of them, and that's it. 22 Jump Street from 2014. Nice movie. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time in The Equalizer from 2014. Like, comment, and subscribe. Speak to you next time, and take care, and don't forget to share the video. Have a nice day.
No. I'm late.